Hello everybody and welcome back to Hannah's Decodes. I'm Hannah. I just wanted to quickly reflect a bit about last week's video, which was about being influenced by fame basically, and manipulated by kind of the Hollywood glamour of things. I didn't really want to go into that, but I wanted to sort of apologise about the cicadas in the background. Apparently Australia is having a, once every 200 years, all the different breeds and types of cicadas emerge together. So that's happened in the last few weeks, where we've had cicadas, and I live in an area with lots of trees, so it's an area they love. And we've just had cicadas where you can't hear yourself talk or think. So I actually thought it probably wouldn't, the cicada background noise wouldn't pick up quite as much as it did. And I had a friend saying, have you heard your video? Which I had listened to it. But I think I listened to it on my phone and it sounded a bit worse on a laptop. So apologies for that. But I often think of when I'm around like a flock of a particular type of birds, like the cockatoos. I've had that in several videos with white cockatoos squawking in the background. Currently also in the area I live in, there seems to be ravens just every day, flocks of them flying in and crowing, and I really think it's a time when there's the natural world has a big expression to absorb it, if you can. Sorry, I've had a bit of a frog in my throat. To really absorb it if you can. And sometimes in summer we have crickets that sing all night, and it's kind of beautiful. And I've heard once, quite a while ago, of a recording of crickets, and it was slowed down and it sounds like a chorus of angels singing or something. It's really beautiful. So I think cicadas are a bit the same. If you can really be in it and feel the vibrations go through your body, I think it can shift stuck energy. And that's my feeling anyway. So I kind of think if there's the big cicada noise in the last video, really kind of embrace it in a way, if you feel like it. You don't have to. Some people it might give some people a headache or something, but that's okay. So I just thought I'd touch on that, and how I love to sometimes just be absorbed in, if there's a big thing in nature happening. And in a previous video, I can't remember which one, I was talking about a walk I do near my local beach, and in a particular time of year, the wild fennel flowers, and the smell in the first thing in the morning is just amazing. And I just kind of breathe deeply and absorb all that fragrance, and I feel it sort of shifting and vitalizing myself, and it's amazing. So anyway, so if you feel inclined to listen to the previous video and absorb the cicadas, it's once in a 200-year phenomena, and it's worthwhile experiencing, I think. So, but for this video, I thought I'd chat a little bit firstly about sort of the younger generation, and I'm not sure kind of the age group who watches my videos. I'll probably never really know, but I'm really lucky enough to have 3 children, and I've got one in their mid-20s, one in their late 20s, and one in their early 30s, and they're all fabulous kids. But I've really noticed, especially with my youngest child and her peers, excuse me, there's a shock about how, once they become adults and get into the working world, there's a shock about the mundaneness of the working world, and how they all kind of say, I can't believe I've got to spend the next 40 to 50, 60 years doing this 9 to 5. It just doesn't seem right. And a lot of my generation kind of go, oh, they're lazy, or they're this, or they're that. And I really feel, the young people I know, they're full of energy, they're great contributors, and they have a lot to offer. And I don't think they're lazy. I think they're really touching on what a whole lot of people feel in the working world. But in our generation, it's just that sort of hard slog. You just put up with it and you go with it, and you just have to get on with it. But I think this coming generation is, and probably perhaps, I'm not too sure, but I'm thinking perhaps the younger ones behind the people, the adults in their mid-20s, are just going, this just doesn't work. And I don't think it does. And I think, we obviously need our world to function, and our public amenities to function in a particular type of way. But I think the way it is at the moment isn't healthy for many people. And some people thrive on, being in an office, 5 days a week, and they love that environment, and that's fine. But I think for a lot of people, it just doesn't work, and it's not healthy. And I think this generation is the young people that will create a shift. And already my daughter's generation are talking about ways of how they can get out of this cycle, and whether that's buying a shared small farm and doing some kind of creative thing on a farm to survive. I don't know. Yeah, so they're always thinking of different ideas to get out of the rat race, basically. And I get it. I totally get it. And I think things should be done in a different way. I just don't think it's sustainable for people's health. And another thing that pushes the way our society functions in regards to the workplace is the expense and the cost and the high costs of living and housing and all that kind of stuff. So that sort of has to shift as well. So I thought we'd do a meditation that is kind of sending love and light and loving kindness and support to this generation and the younger generations that are younger than the mid-20s, who really, I feel, are the sort of tipping point for change. So I thought they could do with our energetic support and love, and I would like to see change. I'm sort of not, I quite like change on some degrees and some levels. So I think this will be a really positive and interesting thing. Sorry, excuse me. So I thought I'll do a little meditation, and I have talked about this before I've talked about it before in my meditation group that I go to. Often at the end of a meditation, we'll give each other a gift. And for me to tune into a particular gift, and the gift is just something that comes to mind, that drops into your awareness, that you have the intention to benefit the person you're giving a gift to. So for me, when I do that, I imagine myself as a branch of consciousness connected to their branch of consciousness on this giant consciousness tree, so to speak. And I see this light. I see my sort of light of my branch going up and meeting the fork that turns down their branch that connects to them. And I usually get an image really quickly when I do that. So that's just I'm very visual, so that's my tool to tap into the energy or the gift, the energetic gift that would benefit them. So I've actually thought that would be a nice thing to do for this young generation. So I thought what we could do, if you'd like to, and I know some people don't see images all that clearly in their minds, but if you don't, you can just talk yourself through it gently, or have the intention that you're doing it. So see yourself as one branch going up and meeting another branch, and then at the end of that branch you have branches sort of connected, and there's smaller branches, smaller branches, smaller branches, until you often get to leaves. So just see all these little branches off one bigger branch with, I actually see it as balls, the person I'm giving a gift to as little balls of light. So that's the easiest way for me to see it. And then I can do that easily by looking at the tree as a whole and seeing all these balls of light over the tree, and it's almost like a beautiful kind of Christmas tree, or a beautiful tree that's covered in jewels or something like that. So I've drawn a little diagram for people who might be thinking, what on earth is she talking about? And this will either help you or it could confuse you even more. So this is like a picture of a tree going up there, branch, another branch coming out here, their branch at the end of all these little beings. And that's me off my branch, and here's a branch, and at the end they look like little red ants, but they're actually meant to be little people. But I'd imagine them as balls of light, and I'd imagine my branch connecting to almost like a whole tree of balls of light. And just, I thought that would be a really nice way of supporting and sending positive energy and love to our younger generation, to boost them up so that we're standing with them on this energetic shift that I think will benefit everyone. So if you'd like to, we'll start the meditation. So just getting comfortable, feet flat on the ground, hands on your laps, palms up if that's comfortable for you. And start those nice, big, deep, gentle belly breaths down to the pit of your tummy. Breathing in love and light. Remember, the light just gives that love a tangible, visual focus, basically. I like to start pushing gently that loving light into all the cells of my body and all the organs of my body, so that my body is so filled up with love and light that it's got nowhere else but to come out of my skin, and my whole body just starts breathing in the love and light with my breath. Now imagine your tree of consciousness, and you're at one branch, and I always see all the branches lit up in kind of a white light. And just travel along your branch and get up to the fork, and then see your consciousness of light touching and coming down to all these other little branches all over the tree, your consciousness tree, and connecting with these young people all over the world who would like to change the way things function. And let's just send them loving kindness and support for their endeavor to make the world a better place. And if you'd like to, just keep breathing in the love and light and pushing that through this visualization of consciousness, your consciousness tree, pushing that love and light towards them in a nice breathing rhythm of your breath. Okay, if you'd like to continue, just pause there. So I thought that was really nice, and I was thinking also another positive thing to do towards supporting this young generation is being grateful for them too. So I've spoken in the past about how before I go to sleep, I talk to myself quietly out loud what I'm grateful for that's happened during the day. And I thought I'd incorporate, I'm grateful for these young adults who are starting to create this shift to make our kind of working world a better place. So I thought that that'd be nice. And I also think, there's older people doing the same thing who aren't satisfied, and they're trying to find other ways to have a living and have a good work life, work and rest life. So there's lots of people out there doing that. But I think, the younger people are just going, this is nuts. So I think it'd be nice for them to have our support and gratitude. I think that's it. There was something else I was going to say that popped into my mind. I was my video a couple of weeks ago about healing yourself and that you are your own medbed. I was talking about my foot and how the other healings I've done have been amazing, miraculous, but the foot's been a different kettle of fish for some reason. And I've been doing a couple of meditations, and the last one I did, I have noticed quite a big difference. It's definitely not 100% better, my foot, but it's definitely improved. So I'll keep tweaking, and once it's much better, I'll let you know. So I think that's it, and I hope you all it's Thursday here, weekend coming up, so have a good weekend, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks so much. Oh, and if you'd like to, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.